What's up? What's up? What's up? What's happening? Straight to the point. 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 What's going on, y'all? All right, look. Make sure you hit that like button and sub to the channel too if you're not a member, and also hit the notifications as well. All right. Um, what's up, Brown Sugar Baby? I see you up in here. All right, now let's go ahead and get right to it. Uh, this is a topic, man, that I wanted to kind of discuss. I'll be doing this live. On a couple of these lives, I will be on another live so I could, bring a couple people as well, because I like feedback too. I don't like just blowing hot air and just talking on my own and stuff. I like to get the people involved. What's up with it, Ted? I see you in the building now. Should you let your kid fight? And look, man, some people, I'm talking about like in school. It could be out in public, because it's going to be situations where you run into where, let's say, and this is for the people that got kids, even if you got like step kids, married, married into or in a relationship where you got to take on that role. I'm talking about that too, okay? But it could be school, it could be at a function, another child happens to hit your child, or even in church, some people, they go to church or whatever religion that you partake in, or whatever your spiritual belief is. I don't know what that is, but even there are some cases that has taken place. Uh, my thing is this, right? If Okay, and we could talk about older, we could talk about younger. It doesn't make a difference, okay? Whether they, still at that adolescent age, uh, or whether they're at that preteen teen age, and then even as they become an adult, because you'll be surprised at the number of 18 and up kids, and tell my kids, okay, because my he got into it with another little boy, and I found out that the little boy had touched him, but my son, he struck him back, but the teacher wanted to make it seem as if though my son was being the bully, which that wasn't the case, because I got the real story. That's why you got to investigate. They'll try to make your son or daughter uh, out to be the mole, so to speak, when they're not, or they try to make them seem like they the big monster when they're not. Um, Might as well do it in church. They doing everything. My parents, as a kid, not hitting back. Yeah, I agree with that. This is what I because, and then then you discuss it with me, because the teacher in the school and stuff like that. Of course, they're gonna say, well, your child was doing this and they're doing that. They got to go by the administrative rules and the school board and stuff like that. But then you set your own doctrine. You got to set your own. You got your household. In your house of order, and you have to establish that, man. Because if you don't, and you just okay. You tell your child it's all right to go ahead and just pick on others. That's what I tell my kid. Don't be a bully, But if somebody, they come with the smoke or something like that, don't do your best to, try to avoid a confrontation or whatever, because that's what you want to do. Many like people that are in martial arts and boxing and stuff like that, they will tell you head first, and don't believe the BS that they fool you with, saying that, oh yeah, if somebody always trying to test you or something like that, just go ahead. No, you try to do your best to avoid any type of confrontation. But if you have to, then and you have to put it on somebody, then go ahead and whoop their ass. I mean, that's just straight up, and that's what you have to tell your kid. But don't allow them to be, because bullies end up getting. Unfortunately, they get unalived messing with the wrong kids, especially the kids that they get picked on a lot or get talked about. And I'm talking about even teasing and stuff like that too. See, this is a subject that a lot of people don't really want to talk about. Yeah, I'm gonna bring it to you. You know, I'm gonna bring it to you. Hold on 1 minute, man. I gotta go and go get some. Hold on 1 minute. Gotta get some. I walk away from most of the time. I hate racist bullies. Yeah, man. Ted. Yeah, man. You ain't never lied. Yeah, usually you live in that area where they're real racist. Hold on 1 minute. right. Yeah, but um, sorry about that, y'all. Yeah, but I want to give a shout out to the brother Sean uh, from the Podcast of Soul. Okay, if you're not subscribed to him, definitely go sub to Sean P. Uh, Sean on his live, he had talked about a situation that had taken place with his son, and his son had actually gotten to a scuffle, and he was there, and he let him go ahead and scuffle. Now, some people might think, "Oh, okay, what are you doing? What's wrong with you? Why would you do that?" But I had to bring that up because Sean actually did a good thing. He teaching his son toughness, because he's teaching him not to run from anything. Settle your because if you run, you're gonna be running the rest of your life, and that's what he pretty much is teaching his son. And while some people might think, okay, yeah, you're training your son to be like this animal and stuff like that, well, in some places you do have to be an animal, unfortunately, but it's not like you're imposing your animal mentality on anybody. But the thing about it is you have to know when it's time to get busy, when to get busy and when not to get busy, because you're gonna have people that are gonna test you, even as an adult. Now, as an adult, it becomes different, because then that's when the mental that's when your mental comes in, because then you're not a kid anymore. You have to understand, okay, wait a minute now, I'm a grown ass man, I'm a grown ass woman. They keep testing me in this regards, then I'm gonna have to do this, and then you have to understand that the consequences, yeah, they have a lot more to lose. Exactly. They have a lot more to lose. So that's where it becomes a situation where you're gonna have to really think, okay, if I hit this dude, you know what I'm saying? Is this dude gonna go ahead, and press charges, or am I gonna lose if you're working at a job, if it happens at a job or something where they hear about it or something, am I gonna lose my career, my job, or lose my bag, so to speak? Or you also got to think about some people now in this nowadays, they can't handle a L. They can't take a L. They don't, they can't handle them losing anything, but much less a fight. And then, especially if it's on social media, so then they're gonna try to come back and retaliate, and their retaliation is much different than what you were thinking. While you were thinking a fight, they wanna resort to violence. So yeah, I wanted to bring that up because a lot of people, they get criticized for letting their child fight in school. But you can criticize me all day, but hey, people are gonna mess with you, especially if let's just face it, man. Even when everybody's kids are getting bullied in some form or fashion, even if you live in a suburban neighborhood, you'll be surprised in suburban neighborhoods is actually kind of worse, especially when you got kids, teasing and taunting and stuff like that. There was a situation that happened here in the surrounding area, and the dude, came back and ended up shooting someone. Said social media high school yearbook that never closes. Yeah, yeah. And now, you know, so shoot, man, we didn't, man. If we had social media in high school, because I'm an '80s baby, social media didn't happen until I would say like a few years after that, because it social media came about in the early 2000s. At first, it was it was like MySpace and then Black Planet. That was hot then. And then, see, I'm gonna tell you about Facebook, man. I had actually got on Facebook, man, before it had got popular. Like when everybody was on MySpace and stuff, everybody was doing that, you know, and then it started to dwindle down a little bit. Well, guess what? Everybody started to. They were like, "Nah, we're not doing MySpace anymore. We're going to Facebook." But see, I had somebody I knew. He would be on Facebook, and Facebook was more. At that time, it was more business like. It was supposed to be like about business, and and more professional and stuff. Man, as soon as oh yeah, Napster. Yeah, Napster, man. Damn, I remember Napster. Bear Share, all that. But I'm talking about actual, engaging and stuff like that. But once MySpace, everybody from MySpace had went over to Facebook, then it got crazy. And then next thing you know, people was on Facebook. Everybody was doing Facebook. Then I had a friend of mine. She was like, she was telling me when I was working and stuff. She was like, yeah, you don't be on Instagram. You don't be on Instagram. And nobody was hip to Instagram. And then I started looking at Instagram because I didn't want to go where everybody was at, really. You know what I'm saying? Because I kind of wanted to, because there was a lot of people that was on MySpace, that would be all about the drama and stuff like that, and stuff. Then they started coming over to Facebook. It still was out of hand. Then everybody started coming over to IG. Then they got the Twitter. And people wasn't on Twitter. Then they started getting on Twitter. It was just like a, monkey see, monkey do type of thing. That's what it was. But anyways, man, I'm getting off the topic. Yeah, I had to ask that because a lot of people, a lot of parents, they won't let their son or daughter fight in school. They'll say no matter what, don't fight in school and stuff. But you got to stand up for yourself. But now you it's also you also gotta watch out too, because what Ted was just saying, and Brown Sugar too, if something happens to where your child ends up winning, and they end up getting into a fight, and then that other child is not liking the defeat because of the social media and everything like that, then you run into a situation where you got to watch out because of the retaliation factor. you know, you got to watch out for that because now where you trying to teach your child to for themselves and yourself is doing the right thing, regardless of what these what these schools want to teach you or want to fill your head up with this BS talking about fighting is wrong and all this other stuff. Fighting is only wrong, man, if you impose your will as a bully and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? That's when it becomes wrong. Other than that, and I'm talking about like if you're in a setting, but if somebody messes with you, shoot, man, you got to do what you got to do. Yeah, yeah, man. Because it used to be a time where okay, yeah, you fight someone, you catch a fade, you do what you got to do, and then you just go home and that was a wrap. You might see that person, in school, and you just got to deal with it. Some people end up being the best of friends after they scuffle, but now it's not like that anymore. Now they wanna pull up. They be talking about ops on the internet, stuff like that. They want to get the people involved. And of course that plays into social media because if a kid ends up getting, and that's why like it's tough in this era too because everything you do is even more magnified than ever because of the social media. So if a child or a teenager, what I'm saying, even a grown adult that's 18 or whatnot, if they get beat up real bad, that's always gonna be on social media. It's just like with that. I don't know if y'all remember with that Sharkeisha incident where she just popped that girl, man. I remember that was getting played all the time. They started making memes about it. That made national headlines. I'm taking it way back, but my older sister still friends with the chick she fought in high school. Yeah, man, it happens like that sometimes. Yeah, you remember that Sharkeisha. Man, she didn't know it was coming. I remember Kevin Hart had talked about it in his stand up. Or they made a well it not like he was talking about it really, but they were making it kind of like a little clip, a meme so to speak, with Kevin Hart and stuff, man. That shit was so crazy, man. That happened. Yeah, a lot of people don't even remember that shit that happened to with Sharkeisha. And then you made it a kind of a saying. Look, I Sharkeisha your ass. Nah, but that was it, man. I thank y'all for pulling up, man. Like I said, like the video, share it, subscribe, hit them notifications so that you're notified. Uh, and my message to everybody, man, train your child to stand up for themselves, but also set a foundation. And this is to the people that got kids. Set a foundation to where you know you have to teach your kids from right from wrong in terms of not not being the aggressor, so so to speak. You know what I'm saying? And if they happen to be, because kids are gonna be kids, get a hold of that shit early. That's the best thing that I could tell you. So I hope this helps. Leave your comments below. Everybody got their own opinions, as long as it's respectful. Till then, straight to the point. Sports and entertainment. I'll get at you later.